That's right. It's Cyber Monday, so it's time to kick back and consider some deals right now. Everyone else is making, hey, why not us? The big key, I got to get the recline going. Is this, there we go, yeah. Now I feel a little more at home.
You're really
now.
comfortable here,
You look like you've done this before.
First thing I do, Dan, I sit in the recliner and go, where's the, okay, yeah, this does indeed put the feet up. Okay, so Cyber Monday, position players, you're looking for a deal right now. Who is the guy you have your eye on?
Yeah, Teoscar Hernandez for me. Going into this winter, he's the one guy that I earmarked. I know he did not have the kind of year that he had, 2 years ago, but I do believe the player he was 2 years ago is still the same player. He's only 31 years old. It's right-handed power. He got a little out of whack with his chase rates. Seattle's
too many strikeouts.
Seattle's a tough. Look at the chase rates. Look at his numbers between 22 and 23. I mean, some things are dramatically different. I think the same player that was there in 2022 is still there. He showed some flashes of that later in the year with the Mariners. Los, that's a hard ballpark to get traded to because the ball doesn't jump the same way that it jumped in Toronto. So I think he put a lot of pressure on himself, and I think it got better as the year went on. Solid average defender. He's really worked hard on his defense. Great clubhouse presence and right-handed power for a club that has a lot of contact guys, that's lacking power. This guy's like an ideal fit, and I think he's going to way outperform with the kind of dollars he gets on his contract.
In many ways, a glue guy, too. Very well liked in the club.
Absolutely. I think the Blue Jays actually missed him last year.
Oh, yeah, they did. They did. And by what you're mentioning right here, it's just an adjustment away for getting back to those type of numbers. And, yeah, a change of scenery. Seattle is a tough place to hit.
Yeah. Well, they definitely have a lot of high strikeout guys. Him and Julio Rodriguez as well. Too many strikeouts, especially earlier in the season. Did clean things up later. Who's your guy? Cyber Monday, position player you have your eye on.
All right, so we're trying to get a deal. Let's talk about Kevin Kiermaier then. Because you can get him at 50 cents on the dollar. And now if you talk about,
his
a guy
agent's going to love that.
Yeah, exactly. Bite your tongue.
This is Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
This is a great ball player.
Terrific defensive.
Oh, exactly. You get him maybe on a cheaper type of deal, and then you might get a Gold Glove center fielder, right?
1 year, $9 million.
No, a little better than that.
2 years, $18 million. Sure. Okay, go ahead.
Come on. See, you told me his agent's going to be mad at me. Now his agent's going to be mad at you. I'm just saying this is a great deal because you might get someone who's going to hit ninth in the, maybe top of the lineup.
Sure.
You get a double leadoff man who's going to play Gold Glove defense. So you can get him for cheaper.
Right.
And by the way, the presence. I know you talk a lot about that, Dan. How it matters who you have in that clubhouse. Kiermaier is a leader.
He had a good year last year too for the Blue Jays, and he stayed healthy for the Blue Jays last year.
That was the big thing. I think there's some concern about his health. Certainly was able to do that, which was good news there for the Jays. Kiermaier on the market. Starting pitchers, Cyber Monday.
For me, the most overlooked guy in this free agent market, it seems like every year, is Wade Miley. In a game that revolves around vertical run on a fastball, all this guy does is create soft contact. He's got a great cutter. Really, he's got a master, well above average changeup and a breaking ball. He's a master of the art of pitching. And since 2018, this guy, look at his numbers. This guy has actually really performed well. He just does it under the radar. And I will tell you, the 4 days he doesn't pitch, he makes everybody else on that staff better. And I do think he's a great fit for a team like the Reds, for me, with all the young pitching they have. This guy has such an advanced knowledge in the art of soft contact. I think he'd be a great teacher to those guys to understand that you don't have to be max effort on every pitch that you throw.
Now, he became a free agent because the Brewers declined his option, and he'd already signed it.
Well, he declined his option to begin with, and then they declined.
Right. But a 1 year, $4.5 million deal, that's...
He's going to do way better. He's 37, but Maeda was 36 and got 2 at 24, and he threw a lot more innings last year than Maeda did. So I think he's going to do very well in this market, but I still feel he'll outperform his contract.
Do you like Miley?
Yeah, talking about that vertical, the fastball at the top of the zone, even though he doesn't throw, 100 miles per hour, he still pitches at the top of the zone and pairs it up with the off-speed pitch. It's devastating when you know how to sequence your pitches. He is a master at that.
A pitcher for you that you're looking at for Cyber Monday. Great deal. Who do we got?
Speaking of learning how to utilize
similar
pitches, how about Ryu? When you look at the fact that the way he's pitched before, right? We know that he is this type of Cy Young caliber pitcher. I know he struggled with some injuries, but the way he pitches at the top of the zone and then pairs it up with the off-speed pitches, it's absolutely nasty to hitters. So I know that potential is there, and you can get him cheaper now and potentially get an incredible performance. Looking back, a few years ago.
He's coming off a 4-year, $80 million contract he signed with the Blue Jays.
Yes.
For the 2020 season.
But check it out. When you look at ever since 2017, an ERA plus of 129. I mean, sometimes we forget about how good Ryu was. You could get this. This is the type of performance. He's healthy. He can come back and really go out there and
What's
deal.
good about that now, he's going to be that much further away from his Tommy John surgery. He got back on the mound last year. That always is a transition period of time. He's going to have a full spring training, off-season, spring training underneath him to be able to start a season. I think that's a great pick, Carlos.
You think he's a multi-year guy or just a one-year?
I think he's a one-year guy this year, but might turn into a two-year guy the year after this.
Right, if he can prove he can still be that guy. All right, that's Cyber Monday. Good picks here from the fellas.